begins when pressure enters every sound sharp. Every second thin, I feel the weight settle in my chest, but I don't let it in. I slow the breath, align the spine, let the moment take its shape, because panic breaks precision and calm decides the fate. Cold focus, steady hands, that's how I stay intact. I don't rush the outcome, I don't drift off track. Emotion tries to pull me wide, but structure keeps command. I act from what is measured, cold focus, steady hands. I've seen how fear speeds motion, turns judgment into noise. I learned to pause inside the storm and make a cleaner choice. Focus doesn't need warmth, it needs clarity and edge. It cuts away distraction and stands firm on the ledge. My hands don't shake for approval, they move with learned restraint. Every action has intention, every movement stays contained. I don't fight the pressure, I let it sharpen inside. Cold focus doesn't resist, it directs the light. Oh, there were times I felt the tremor when doubt knocked at the door, but repetition trained my nerves to settle and restore. Now even under strain, my vision stays precise. I don't lose myself to urgency, I lower the noise. Cold focus, cold focus, cold focus, steady hands built through disciplined time. Not gifted in a moment, not born from a sign. It came from staying present when escape felt near, from holding form in silence while others disappeared. I've learned that chaos wants reaction, it feeds on speed and sound, but control lives in stillness with both feet on the ground. When everything accelerates, I choose to decelerate, because mastery appears when you don't agitate. The hands remember training when the mind stays calm. They follow structure, not emotion. They execute the plan, no wasted motion, no excess, no need to impress. Just accuracy over intensity and control under stress. So when the moment demands action and failure stands close by, I won't rely on impulse or hope to get by. I'll move with contained precision, exact, direct, and plan. Cold focus leading forward, steady hand. Cold focus. Nothing changed the first time, or the second, or the 10th. There was no signal from the sky, no sudden rise in strength. Just the same weight every morning, the same choice every night, to show up without emotion and hold the line. Repetition doesn't inspire, it doesn't care how I feel. It asks one question quietly: will you stay or will you yield? Motivation fades quickly, but routine stays exact. And what's done without excitement still leaves an impact. Forged under repetition, not passion, not belief, but steady execution in the absence of relief. Every motion, every breath, every step done right turns effort into structure. Day after night, there were moments full of resistance, when progress felt still, when discipline felt pointless, and the body tested will. But repetition wears resistance down. It outlasts doubt and fear, until what once required effort becomes clear. I stop waiting to feel ready, stop negotiating pain. I learned that consistency doesn't ask to be explained. You don't rise from intensity, you rise from return, from doing what's required again and again. The mind sharpens through exposure to the same demand each day. Emotion loses control when structure leads the way. What felt heavy becomes neutral, what felt hard becomes clean, because repetition doesn't argue, it trains. Forged under repetition, where excuses dissolve, where weakness isn't punished, but steadily resolved. You don't become exceptional by pushing too far. You become reliable by staying where you are. The body adapts quietly, the mind follows suit. Confidence grows without noise, built on proof. Not the proof you show others, but the proof you feel. When you no longer question if you'll break or kneel. Now effort feels grounded, not dramatic or tame. I step back while others gathered, chasing echoes in the noise. Not because I felt above it, but because I heard a different voice. It didn't shout or promise shortcuts, didn't beg me to be seen. It asked me to stay patient and become what I mean. Away from the crowd, time stretches, no pressure to impress, no need to rush and answer or dress confusion as success. Here progress moves in silence, measured, slow and true. Every choice belongs to me with nothing to pursue. Built away from the crowd where comparison dissolves, where direction isn't borrowed and intention evolves. No borrowed confidence, no borrowed pace, just discipline shaping substance in a quiet place. I watched the urge to follow fate. As focus settled in, I stopped reacting to movement and started building from within. The crowd rewards visibility, but depth grows out of sight. I traded constant stimulation for clarity and weight. There were days that felt uneventful, nights that tested resolve, moments where discomfort lingered without asking to be solved. But repetition built resilience and restraint became my ground. I learned that consistency speaks even without sound. Away from the crowd, excuses weaken. There's nowhere left to hide. Every flaw becomes a lesson. Every doubt must be denied. You face yourself without filters, no distractions to lean on. And slowly something solid forms when performance is gone. Built away from the crowd where standards don't bend, where effort continues even when results don't defend. Here motivation isn't chased, it's replaced by design. A system shaped by intention and patience over time. Now when paths cross again and eyes begin to turn, they'll notice what stands steady, but not the years it took to earn. They'll call it confidence or timing, or say it came somehow, but I'll know it was constructed when no one was around. Because what lasts doesn't need noise or approval to stay loud. I wasn't made for attention. I was built away from the crowd. I didn't arrive here by accident. I stepped away with open eyes, not fleeing from the world, but refusing its disguise. I listened to the pull within when silence called my name, and chose a road with fewer voices so I could stay the same. The space was not assigned to me, it wasn't born from loss. It came from knowing what I need and understanding the cost. Solitude can feel uncomfortable when you still need to be seen, but clarity grows in distance from everything between. solitude is not escape or fear. It's the courage to be present when no one else is near. It's standing without distraction, without mirrors or applause. Letting intention sharpen slowly, without external cause. I've learned how loud the world becomes when you stop playing along. How silence exposes habits that never felt wrong. Here excuses don't survive, they dissolve without a sound. And responsibility returns the moment you slow down. I sit with my thoughts unguarded, no need to impress or perform. I watch impulses rise and fall until discipline takes form. There's a quiet kind of honesty that only appears alone, when there's no audience to shape you and nothing else to lean on. Chosen solitude teaches patience without promising relief. It asks you to stay steady when doubt tests belief. It builds confidence internally without borrowing strength, and replaces constant stimulation with depth. I don't measure connection by how often I'm hurt. I measure it by alignment between action and word. I've grown comfortable with stillness, with unanswered space, because solitude returned me to my natural pace. When I re-enter the world again, I won't feel incomplete. I won't search for validation in every face I meet, because solitude didn't shrink me, it expanded my view. I didn't lose myself here, I finally knew. Chosen solitude is where I refine my sight. Strength built in isolation. There's a kind of pressure in the quiet that doesn't shout or demand. It waits with steady patience until you learn to stand. No one sees the resistance, no one counts the cost, but strength is never accidental. It's built where you feel lost. Isolation doesn't break me, it reveals what I can hold. When there's no one left to lean on, every weakness is exposed. I meet my limits face to face, no distractions, no disguise, just effort measured in silence and truth behind my eyes. Strength built in isolation is slow, deliberate, and deep. It doesn't borrow energy or depend on who believes. It forms when you keep showing up without reward or praise. When discipline becomes habit and time sharpens the blade, the days repeat without notice, the nights test your resolve. You learn to sit with discomfort instead of needing it solved. Every doubt knocks on the door, every excuse wants relief, but isolation teaches endurance, and focus brings peace. Na 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 na. I've learned to trust small progress, invisible to the crowd. A steadier breath, a calmer mind, a spine that won't bow. There's no shortcut through solitude, no one to take your place. You either carry the weight or you let it reshape. The mind grows quieter here, the body learns its role, the ego loses urgency, and patience takes control. What once felt like emptiness becomes structured and clear, because isolation removes noise, so intention can appear. When the world eventually returns with its pace and demand, they'll see the outcome, not the process, the strain, not the plan. They won't know the hours alone or the resolve it required, but I'll walk forward composed. From the fire I'll survive. The city exhales slowly, lights dim, the streets release the weight of everyday time roll, slips quietly into sleep. After midnight time loosens, no expectations remain, just shadow, breath, and awareness moving gently through the frame. These hours don't demand answers, they don't ask who I should be. They offer space to sit with truth without urgency. No applause waits in the dark, no image to maintain, only sound of my own steps and thoughts without a name. The sacred hours after midnight hold a different kind of light, not bright enough to distract, but steady enough to guide it. Hear intentions speak clearly without performance or fear. And clarity arrives softly when no one else is near. I review the quiet choices made when no one saw, the discipline or restraint, the moments I withdrew. I measure progress differently now, not by what I display, but by what remains intact at the end of the day. The night doesn't rush my thinking, it lets questions breathe. It reminds me that direction is not the same as speed. In this stillness, doubts surface, but they don't stay long. They dissolve into focus as the hours move on. I learn patience from darkness, learn honesty from calm, learn that solitude refines what noise can only harm. There's a subtle form of courage in staying present here, in listening without reacting, in seeing without fear. The world will wake demanding attention, pace, and voice, but during these quiet hours I remember my choice to move with measured intention, to act from inner sight, forged during sacred moments, hidden deep in night. When dawn begins to gather and silence starts to fade, I carry what was shaped here into the coming day. Because who I become at night, when nothing asks for show, is the man who stands steady wherever I go. The weight of quiet decisions. Some choices are never spoken. They don't arrive with sound. No one stands beside you when the moment comes around. They form in the space between breaths, in the pause before the mind explains, where instinct meets responsibility and nothing is gained. I've carried questions in silence, let them sit without reply. Not every truth wants urgency, some answers wait to rise. The loudest moments fade quickly, the quiet ones remain, because what's chosen without witnesses still shapes the frame. The weight of quiet decisions is heavier than it seems. There's no celebration afterward, no clear dividing line between dreams. Just a shift beneath the surface, a slow and certain turn, where a man becomes accountable for what he chooses to learn. No guidance lies the way, no reassurance is given. You act without permission and accept the shape of living. It's easy to decide in anger or speak before you stand. It's harder to stay composed and move with open hands. I watched opportunities pass, not because I couldn't reach, but because the timing felt wrong and restraint had more to teach. I've turned away from easy roads that promise quick relief, because depth demands patience and discipline carries belief. watch opportunities pass, not because I couldn't reach, but because the timing felt wrong, and restraint had more to teach. I've turned away from easy roads that promise quick relief, 'cause depth demands patience and discipline carries belief. The quiet holds you steady when doubt tries to interfere. It reminds you that conviction doesn't need to be severe. You don't announce your direction, you embody where you go. Let action carry meaning, and let silence show. The weight doesn't crush you, it sharpens what remains. It strips away reaction and trains the inner frame. You learn to stand with consequence, without regret or blame, to choose alignment over noise again and again. And when the outcome finally shows in ways the world can see, they'll call. Calm is a form of power. The louder the room becomes, the slower I choose to breathe. I've seen how chaos spreads when control begins to leave. Not every moment asks for force, not every challenge needs a voice. Some strength appears in stillness when restraint becomes a choice. I don't rush to fill the silence or answer every call. Urgency is often a mask for not seeing clearly at all. Calm doesn't mean I hesitate, it means I see the frame. I wait until intention settles before I move or name. Calm is a form of power. Quiet, steady, and precise. It doesn't need to dominate or seek a higher rise. It holds the center firmly when everything pulls wide, and chooses clarity over impulse again and again inside. I've watched reactions weaken men, turn focus into noise. I learned to slow my inner pace and sharpen my choice. There's a discipline in composure that pressure can't undo, because when emotions settle, direction comes into view. Calm creates distance between impulse and act. It gives perspective, time to adjust and extract. I don't ignore intensity, I just don't let it lead. I place it where it belongs, behind intention and need. The calm I carry wasn't given, it was built through strain, through moments where I stayed grounded while others chased the flame. It was earned by not responding when provocation was absence of fire. Fire done up. Fire done up. Tension fills the space, and every voice demands reply. I'll remain measured and present, with open hands and steady eyes, because true power doesn't rush or prove itself with noise. It stands composed, deliberate, calm by choice. There's a place I return to quietly. No door marked, no sound made. It exists behind my posture, in the pause before I speak or trade. No one else is invited, no eyes can enter the frame. It's where I remove the weight of the world without removing my name. The gentleman's in a room, is calm, composed, and clear. It doesn't rush for comfort, it doesn't react to fear. It holds intention steady when pressure fills the air, and refines who I am becoming without display or glare. In this room I measure words before allowing to rise. I separate impulse from instinct and ego from what's wise. I don't rehearse excuses, I don't rewrite the past. I sit with what is unfinished and let understanding last. The noise stays outside these walls, along with urgency and pride. Here discipline is gentle, but it never steps aside. Decisions form without force, boundaries stand without threat. Every action begins aligned with values I won't forget. This room teaches restraint without turning cold. It reminds me that strength doesn't need to be bold. Confidence grows quietly here without needing to prove. It's felt in how I carry myself and the things I refuse. I've rebuilt myself in this space more times than anyone knows. Not by dramatic change, but by adjusting my tone, by choosing composure when reaction felt near, by honoring silence when noise wanted control. The gentleman's inner room is where clarity lives, where responsibility is accepted before anything is given. No applause reaches this place, no validation erased, only the steady awareness that shapes how a man survives. When I return to the world again with with its demands and pace. I don't bring the room with me. You see it in my face, in the way I don't rush, in the way I don't bend. Because what I refined in silence is what I quietly defend. And if the world never notices the space I built within, that's exactly how I know the work was genuine. There are hours no one notices, no sound to mark the time. The work is done in quiet rooms without a reason or a sign. No spotlight finds the effort, no voice calls out my name. Just repetition and resolve, again and again. I've learned how little recognition has to do with being true. Most growth happens out of sight, with nothing left to prove. The world responds to outcomes, but character forms before, in places stripped of comfort and praise that never comes where no one applauds. It's where discipline stays. It's where intention outlasts emotion and focus remains. No witnesses to the struggle, no reward at the end, just a standard you refuse to lower and a promise you defend. There's a difference between performance and the work that makes it real. One seeks reaction, the other learns to feel. I don't measure progress loudly or rush to be seen. I let consistency speak in spaces in between. The silence tests commitment more than failure ever could, because quitting would go unnoticed and no one would object. But that's the line I don't cross, not because someone's there, but because self-respect survives when no one cares. In the dark, refine my patience alone. Strength doesn't need an audience to grow into bone. The unseen hours accumulate, they don't vanish or fade. They shape how I respond when pressure is applied, when no one applauds. When no one applauds. Integrity stays clear, you'll learn who you are without feedback, without fear. No validation to lean on, no approval to chase, just the quiet responsibility of holding your place. When results finally surface and eyes begin to turn, they'll celebrate the moment but not the years it took to learn. They'll call it discipline or luck or timing well aligned, but I remember the silence that trained my mind. That trained my mind. attention finally comes is the one who was forced, where no one applauds. No one hears the rules I follow. They were never written down. They live in how I wake each morning and how I don't break when pressure comes around. There's no announcement in restraint, no signal when I hold a line. Discipline doesn't raise its voice, it tightens over time. I don't explain my standards, I don't need them understood. They show in what I walk away from and what I choose to carry through. Every moment tests intention, every comfort asks for more. But I've learned control is built by refusing what's easy to ignore. Unspoken discipline moves quietly through my day. It's the pause before reaction, the strength to delay. It's doing what must be done when motivation is thin. It's choosing alignment again and again within. There's no reward for consistency, no applause for staying sharp. Most people only notice failure, they don't see how discipline starts. It grows in repetition, in the unseen and the door, in honoring commitments when desire feels full. I've learned not to negotiate with impulses that fade. Not every urge deserves attention, not every thought gets played. There's power in selective focus, in guarding what enters the mind. Because what you allow repeatedly becomes the shape of your time. Discipline isn't rigid, it's precise and aware. It knows when to push forward and when to stop and repair. It doesn't rush for outcomes or panic when things stall. It stays consistent in silence while emotions rise and fall. I don't chase intensity, I trust what endures. Energy burns fast, but discipline secures. It keeps me grounded when results feel delayed, and reminds me that mastery is quietly made. Unspoken discipline leaves nothing to chance. It doesn't seek validation or a second glance. when others look for shortcuts or break under strain. I move forward unchanged because discipline remains. And when progress finally speaks, in results the world can see, they'll Pain didn't arrive with chaos, it arrived with instruction. It stripped away the exit and demanded construction. Nothing dramatic or loud, no moment to be saved. Just pressure asking quietly what would remain. At first it felt like damage, like something out of place. Every comfort fell apart, every familiar pace. But once the noise collapsed and excuses lost their form, I saw pain wasn't destruction, it was discipline being born. Pain becomes structure when you stop asking why, when you build consistency instead of letting yourself lie. It stops being an enemy and becomes a design, a framework built in silence, one decision at a time, 1 to 10 at a time. There were days without relief, nights that offered no release, just repetition and restraint, and the choice to not decrease. I learned to move with intention, even when motivation left a place. Order over feeling and control over regret. Pain taught me boundaries not to break, but to define. It showed me where I leak energy and how to realign. Every limit became a lesson, every setback a frame. What once felt overwhelming now holds my name. The body adapted slowly, the mind learned how to stay focused, replaced reaction. Routine replaced delay. I stopped waiting for healing and started organizing strength, because strength doesn't come from comfort, it comes from contained pain. Pain becomes structure, not overnight, not fast. It builds through discipline that's designed to last, through standards held when tired, through progress unseen, through the quiet repetition of becoming clean. Now I don't fear discomfort, I recognize its role. It signals where attention must reinforce control. Pain no longer consumes me, it informs what I build. It shapes my direction without needing to be healed. When others ask how I change, I won't offer a speech. There was no breakthrough moment, nothing dramatic to teach. Only pressure applied daily with order, restraint, and time, until pain stopped breaking me and became structure inside. The man who listens to silence while others fill the space with answers. I wait for what remains unsaid. There's meaning hiding in the pause between the words we never said. I don't rush the quiet moments, I let them settle in my chest. Because silence doesn't rush the truth, it reveals it when it's ready to rest. I've learned the loudest minds are searching for something they can't hold. They fear the stillness staring back, afraid of growing old. But I sit with the empty spaces and let them shape my sight. I found direction in the absence and strength inside the night. The man who listens to silence hears what noise conceals. He doesn't chase reaction, he watches what reveals. He understands that patience is not delay but choice, and wisdom often whispers before it finds a voice. I don't interrupt the quiet when questions start to rise. I let uncertainty breathe until clarity arrives. Some answers come through waiting, not effort or demand. They appear when the mind softens and learns to understand. Silence sharpens perception, it strips distraction clean. What's unnecessary fades away and truth steps in between. I've noticed how intention grows when urgency dissolves, how the simplest thoughts become precise when the inattention falls. The man who listens to silence doesn't fear being alone. He's already faced the weight within and learned to stand on his own. He doesn't seek agreement or permission to proceed. He moves from internal alignment, not from impulse or need. I've learned to hear my limits clearly and respect where I must stop. I've learned when action is required and when restraint is strength not lost. The silence doesn't weaken me, it organizes my will. It trains my mind to stay composed even when the world is still. When the noise returns demanding attention, pace and reply. I don't answer from reaction, I answer from the why. Because everything I carry forward was shaped without display by listening to silence day after day. The man who listens to silence doesn't need to explain. His presence speaks in measured calm, unmoved by gain. And if his strength goes unnoticed, that's how he knows it's real. It was built in quiet places, only silence could reveal it.